Hello dear students, myself Dr. Mahendra Bhise, working as an assistant professor in botany, late Kumari Durga Ke Banmeru Science College Lonar. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on angiosperm systematics and biodiversity. This is for BSc 2nd, SEM 3rd as per the syllabus of Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University Amravati. Angiosperm systematics and biodiversity, which is the first unit or you may say first chapter for your third SEM. In this lecture we will talk about basic concept of angiosperms. What are the angiosperms? What are the basic characteristic of angiosperms? And what is their classification? So in this lecture, firstly we will see what are the angiosperms. So as we earlier study in last two semester, in semester first as well as in semester second, we were study about different plant groups like microbes, cryptogames. In these cryptogames, we were studying about algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophyte, and lastly in the gymnosperm. So these are the different plant group which was classified as per their morphological and other characters. In this, the angiosperm is again one of the plant group which is different from the earlier said plant groups. Okay, so as per the evolution, if we consider the plant evolution, in plant the earlier groups like cryptogames, algae, fungi, bryophytes and pteridophyte, which was simultaneously evolved. Say for example, algae or you may say blue-green algae was firstly evolved from the some prokaryotic organism. After from this blue-green algae, the green algae was evolved, and from this green algae, the bryophytes, and from bryophytes, pteridophytic plants, from pteridophytic plants, the gymnospermic plant, and these gymnospermic plant may evolve into angiospermic plant. There are the evidences, like say for example in last semester we were studied about the affinities between the gymnosperm and angiosperm. Say for example natum. In natum plant you can observe some similar characters present in angiosperm as well as in the gymnosperm. Okay, so this is one of the major and different group of the plant, that is we call it the angiosperms. Dear students, commonly these angiosperms are known as flowering plants. Okay, so those plants which bearing flowers are we generally called as the phanerogames. So this is one of the group or class from the phanerogames where plant bears flowers. So angiosperms are generally called as the flowering plants, but basically our important characteristic of angiosperm is in these plants the seeds were born with a specialized covered, or you may say in this plant the seeds are covered seeds. Okay, so this is the main character which differentiate these plants from the gymnosperm. However, in the gymnosperm the seeds are formed nakedly without any cover, right? So naked seeds are formed, but in angiosperm the seeds are covered with an envelope, and generally they are developed inside the fruit, right? So this is the main difference. Again, in this angiospermic plant you can observe the fruits with seed. So this is one of the largest group of the seed bearing plant, which has another characteristic is in this plant you may observe secondary growth, you may observe xylem as a conducting tissues in all plants. So these are the important characters. And also in this angiospermic plant you can observe both tracheids and vessels are present in the xylem bundles or xylem tissues, right? And seeds are enclosed within one or more carpels. So these are some important characteristics of this angiospermic plant. They are generally live everywhere. Today we can observe these type of plants everywhere. आजच्या या पावसाळ्याच्या सीझनमध्ये आपण ही जी काही प्लांट आहेत ही सर्व आपल्या आजूबाजूला जी काही प्लांट दिसतात यातली जवळजवळ जास्तीत जास्त प्लांट ही अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट आहेत. ओके, बऱ्याच सगळ्याच प्लांटला जवळजवळ आपण फ्लावर्स आलेले पाहतो. सो दीज आर द डॉमिनंट प्लांट इन द वर्ल्ड टुडे, राईट. सो जे काही बाकीचे ग्रुप्स आपण पाहिले, जिम्नोस्पर्म असेल, टेरिडोफाईट, ब्रायोफाईट, अल्गी किंवा क्रिप्टोगेम्समधले जे काही ग्रुप्स असतील या सर्व प्लांट ग्रुपपैकी आज रोजी अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट हे डॉमिनंट आहेत. जास्त प्रमाणामध्ये आपल्याला पृथ्वीवरती बघायला मिळतील आणि त्याच्या जास्तीत जास्त स्पेसीज आपल्याला या वर्ल्डमध्ये बघायला मिळतात. सो प्रेझेंटली 2,60,000 species were recorded as an angiospermic plant. So there are 88% of the plant kingdom. Okay, so these angiosperms are the most successful and advanced plants on the earth. So today they have different characteristic and they shows most successful plants. It means everywhere you can observe the species of angiosperms. म्हणजे कॉमनली एक्झाम्पल एखादं सांगायचं म्हटलं तर कुठल्याही माळरानावरती बघा जेवढी काही गवतं तुम्हाला बघायला मिळतील प्रत्येक गवताला फ्लावर्स येतात, अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट आहेत. कोणत्याही ठिकाणी आज रोजी आता हा पावसाळ्याचा सीझन सुरू आहे तर या सगळ्या याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही सर्वत्र किंवा सगळ्या ठिकाणी जिकडं जागा मिळेल त्या ठिकाणी प्लांट्स आलेले आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतील. बरोबर, ज्या ठिकाणी डिस्टर्बन्स नाही त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला प्लांटची ग्रोथ झालेली आपल्याला दिसेल. आणि ही सगळ्यात जास्तीत जास्त प्लांट हे कोणते आहेत? अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट आहेत. So therefore they are known as the most successful plant group. Okay, as also they are advanced plants. Advanced means they produce flowers or they may produce large size of flowers, beautiful flowers, or these flowers are produced for attracting different kind of pollinators actually, right? They produce different kind of fruits. So therefore they are called as advanced plant on the earth. In next slide you may also observe another characteristic as we already said about angiosperms are the flowering plants, but these flowers are produced in this angiospermic plant for what? So these are produced for sexual reproduction. These are produced for sexual reproduction. See, in last semester we have studied about the morphology of angiospermic plant, and in this we detailedly studied about the flowers. In flower there are 4 different important parts. 2 are vegetative and 2 are the reproductive parts: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Among these, androecium and gynoecium are the sexually important reproductive parts in the plant, right? So androecium appears as a male reproductive organ and gynoecium appears as a female reproductive organs. So in the angiospermic plant both the reproductive organs are formed for the sexual reproduction, right? And in between them the pollination takes place, and after the pollination the fertilization takes place. After that these fertilization will produce, or it can fertilize the ovule, and from this the seed, or you may say the fruit, will be developed. So these angiospermic plant they also produce pollen grains, and finally after the fertilization they will produce seeds, right? So these are the major kingdom of the plantae. These angiospermic plants are major group from the kingdom Plantae. Most of them are land plants. Most of these species of angiospermic plant are land plants, or you may say they have terrestrial habitat, right? and very few of the species they may found in aquatic condition. Say for example निलंबो किंवा ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये कमळ असं म्हणतो, किंवा पाण्यामध्ये पाणथळ ठिकाणी येणाऱ्या काही वनस्पती आहेत, प्लांट आहेत, दे आर ॲक्वॅटिक ऑल्सो, राईट. सो if we consider the other characteristic, like in angiospermic plant, the flower is a structure usually consists sepals, petals, stamens and corolla, or in other words generally calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Okay, so this specialized structure is formed in this angiospermic plant, and in this group of plant you can observe double fertilization, right, double fertilization, and due to that they will produce a nutritious seeds. Okay, yes, so they produce seeds which has endosperm. So due to the double fertilization, the endosperm is formed as well as the embryo will be formed, and these two parts are preserved inside the seed coat, and that is we call as the seed. Another important character is after fertilization, the ovary of this plant which is converted into fruit contain one or many seeds. So these ovary will directly converted into fruits, right. And in the angiospermic plant you can observe the gametophytic generation which is highly reduced. So it means the sporophytic generation which is dominant. So these are some basic characters about the angiospermic plant. Even in the angiospermic plant you can observe different habits or habitat. Like say for example, these plants may be annual, or these plants, some of the plants are biannual, some of the angiosperms are perennial plants. Perennial, it means those plants which are live more than 2 years, right. So also these plants they can categorize into different habit like herb, shrub and trees, and in this tree and shrub habit you can observe the secondary growth. It means the formation of wood in this type of plants. So size of the angiospermic plant, it may also vary from different size. So it may range from very small to very large and gigantic size of the tree plants. It means a very small plant, say for example a small size to the large gigantic trees, they are recorded in this angiospermic plant. And apart from the autotrophic nature, some of the angiospermic plant are parasitic, epiphytic, saprophytic and insectivorous also. See in this, it means all plants are autotrophic, no doubt, but some of the angiospermic plant are parasitic. आता parasitic म्हणजे काय, जसं की से फॉर एक्झाम्पल कसकुटा, म्हणजे ज्याला आपण अमरवेल असं म्हणतो. अमरवेल ही जी आहे या अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांटपैकीच एक आहे की जी पॅरासिटिक आहे, राईट. किंवा बाकीचेही काही प्लांट आहे जसं की स्क्रॉफिलारियासी फॅमिलीमधलं एक प्लांट आहे. त्यानंतर दुसरी एक कॅटेगरी बघा, दिस अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट मे बी इपिफायटिक. इपिफायटिक म्हणजे काय की अगदी दुसऱ्या प्लांटवरती सपोर्टसाठी ही प्लांट आपल्याला आली बघायला मिळतील. से फॉर एक्झाम्पल ऑर्किड्स. काही प्लांट ही सॅप्रोफायटिक आहे म्हणजे डेड ऑर्गॅनिक मटेरियलवरती येणार आहे, आणि काही प्लांट ही जी आहेत इन्सेक्टिव्हरस प्लांट स्पेसिस आपल्याला या अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांटच्या बघायला मिळतील की दे आर डिपेंडंट ऑन इन्सेक्ट फॉर न्यूट्रिशन. सो these are some important characteristic of these angiospermic plant. Now these angiospermic plants are classified into two major groups. Okay, These angiospermic plant are basically classified into two major groups. One is we call as the dicotyledonous plant, commonly or shortly we called as the dicots, and another one is monocotyledonous angiospermic plant, commonly we called as the monocot. So there are the two major groups like dicots and monocots togetherly form the angiospermic plant. Now we will see about what are the dicots and what are the monocots. So there is a difference between these two type of plants or dicot and monocot plant. Basically they are differentiated into these following characters. Like firstly, you can observe the seed is with two cotyledons, or inside the seeds the embryo has two cotyledonous leaves which are generally called as the dicots. And in monocot, those plants they have or produce the seeds with single cotyledons, or inside the seed the embryo which has single cotyledonous embryo. So this is the main difference. In seeds, two cotyledons are present in dicot, and in the seeds of monocot, single cotyledon which is present. Now another difference is leaves are mostly रेटिक्युलेट व्हेनेशन इन दी डायकॉट प्लांट. डायकॉट प्लांटमध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर त्या लीफचा जो काही लीफ लॅमिना आहे हा रेटिक्युलेट व्हेनेशननं तयार झालेला आपल्याला बघायला मिळतो. रेटिक्युलेट म्हणजे काय, एक नेटवर्क, एक जाळी तयार झाली आपल्याला त्या व्हेन्सची बघायला मिळेल. इकडे लेफ्ट साईडला बघायला मिळतं बघा. आणि राईट साईडला जे काही लीफ आहे मोनोकॉट प्लांट, मोनोकॉट प्लांटमध्ये जे काही व्हेनेशन असेल ते पॅरलल व्हेनेशन आहे. सगळ्या व्हेन्स हे एकमेकाला पॅरलल आपल्याला बघायला मिळतात. सो रेटिक्युलेट व्हेनेशन इन डायकॉट अँड पॅरलल व्हेनेशन इन द monocot plant. Next difference is generally if you observe the flowers of both type of plants or both group of the plants in dicot, the flowers are produced generally or usually they are 4 or 5 floral parts. 4 किंवा 5 पानाच्या फुलाच्या पाकळ्या आपल्याला त्या या फ्लावर्स या प्लांटच्या फ्लावर्समध्ये बघायला मिळते, और मल्टिपल ऑफ दीज 4 किंवा 5. परंतु मोनोकॉटमध्ये मात्र इन मोनोकॉट यू मे ऑब्जर्व युजली 3 फ्लोरल पार्ट्स और ट्रायमेरस फ्लावर्स, कॉमनली कॉल्ड एज ट्रायमेरस फ्लावर, and in dicot plant you can observe the pentamerous flower. Now next difference is if we observe the pollen grains of both the groups, angiospermic plant or angiospermic plant flower produce pollen grains which has 3 pores of furrows in the pollen grain, while in the monocot flowers pollen grain which has 1 pore or furrows in the pollen grain. If we consider the anatomical character in the stem of both type of plants, you can clearly observe the different organization of vascular bundles. म्हणजे स्टेमचा जर काही सेक्शन घेतला तर त्यामध्ये आपल्याला डायकॉट प्लांटच्या स्टेममध्ये जे काही व्हॅस्क्युलर बंडल आहेत हे क्लिअरली एका रिंगमध्ये अरेंजेस असलेले आपल्याला बघायला मिळतील. सो व्हॅस्क्युलर बंडल्स इन द स्टेम आर युजली इन अ रिंग इन डायकॉट प्लांट, व्हाईल इन मोनोकॉट दीज व्हॅस्क्युलर बंडल्स आर स्कॅटर्ड, राईट. सो दे आर इरेग्युलर, किंवा मराठीमध्ये सांगायचं म्हटलं तर ते विखुरलेले आपल्याला बघायला मिळतील. त्यानंतर नेक्स्ट डिफरन्स इज यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड द फ्लोरल पार्ट्स आर युजली 5 in dicot, then floral parts are usually in 3 in monocot, then pollens are usually tripartite, which was already we have studied. In this slide you can observe the two different plants. One plant that is soybean from the dicot and another one is maize from the monocot. म्हणजे एक सोयाबीन आहे आणि एका बाजूला मेज म्हणजे मक्याचं प्लांट आहे. See, in this plant you can observe 3 important parts like root, stem and leaves. रूटचा जर विचार केला तर इन डायकॉट यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व द टॅप रूट सिस्टीम, it means the radical of the root which is continuously grow and root branches are formed. While in monocot you can observe the fibrous type of root system, or in other words you can say adventitious root system. If we observe the stem of the dicot plant which is branched, usually which is branched, मग सोयाबीन असेल, तूर असेल किंवा बाकीचे काही प्लांट असेल, बघा आंब्याचं झाड असेल, त्या प्रत्येक प्लांटचं जे काही स्टेम आहे त्याला आपल्याला ब्रांचेस किंवा फांद्या फुटलेल्या आपल्याला दिसतात. परंतु मोनोकॉट प्लांट जे आहे, इन मोनोकॉट प्लांट स्टेम विच इज जनरली और युजली विच इज अनब्रांच्ड, त्याला कोणत्याही प्रकारच्या ब्रांचेस आपल्याला दिसणार नाहीत. एक सरळच वाढलेलं आपल्याला बघायला मिळेल. मग याची एक्झाम्पल तुम्ही एकतर आता मेज घ्या, त्यानंतर ज्वारी असेल, ज्वारी, बाजरी, त्यानंतर कुठल्याही प्रकारचे ग्रासेस, ऊस, शुगर केन, या प्रकारे ही जी काही स्टेम आहेत मोनोकॉट प्लांटचे, दे आर युजली अनब्रांच. अँड थर्ड पार्ट दॅट इज लीफ. इन डायकॉट प्लांट यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व द रेटिक्युलेट व्हेनेशन, and in monocot you can observe the parallel venation in the leaves. So these are the three basic difference between these two different type of plants, dicot and monocot.